Hi, it's Stitching Joanne here. I haven't done a video for 11 weeks and that's really bad. So today it's 11:39 in the morning and I've just got up because I'm on holiday. It's Thursday the 21st. Wait. Yes, it is Thursday 21st. And so obviously it's been 11 weeks and so much has happened since then. And I've not checked back on my old video, so I'm just going to show you everything that I've worked on and a few things I bought. And I keep waving this book around. This is a book about how people speak in Nottingham, where I live. It's great. It's called, our accent is called Nottinghamese. To be fluent in Nottinghamese requires that there should be no pauses whatsoever between any words comprising a sentence. That's quite true, actually. Here's some things what we say. Make it go backwards. Put the car in reverse. And to make it go backwards. I mean, it's not that difficult, really, is it? Sorry, that's not stitching related, but I think this is quite fun. Children, avert your eyes. Perhaps I'll do that in another video and just say a load of things. Anyway, so I think the first thing I worked on was Christmas kittens. Let me just check. See, I'm just not prepared, so you're just gonna have to. It's gonna be one of them long ones where you just like ramble. But give me a thumbs up. So I worked on Christmas kittens first. I don't know where I was last time, but I think when I see it, I'll know what I did. Oh yeah. I finished the second kitty. Well, technically it's the third kitten, but also technically it's the second kitten. So there's just one kitten left, and it probably only take me a few days to do, but I don't want to finish them because they're cute. And it's the Heritage Crafts Cats Rule Christmas kittens. I like in Heritage Crafts how they do the half stitches are not like diagonal based, they're oblong based, but it can only be done on even weave or like over two. So that's my Christmas kittens. I took this to Knit and Chat actually because I wasn't working on anything and they all liked it. So the next thing I've written is gridding. Oh yeah. I'll talk about that. The next thing is my quilt. I can't show you that because small space, big quilt. But basically I sandwiched the bits together. So it was a white bed sheet, a 4-tog duvet and the top, and I safety pinned them together. And I think I've done about, because remember it was chevron, I've done about six lines across, and then for some reason I stopped doing that. So the next thing, I worked on motherly devotion for 2 days, which is here. Which is a Jane Netley Mayhew Mummy Giraffe and Baby Giraffe, which I got from the magazine. I'm sure I wrote it. Cross Stitch Collection, September 2012. Now, sorry for coughing. I've got an issue. I've got issues, guys. So, the magazine was purchased for me for birthday or Christmas. And I like enlarged the chart to print it because the chart's tiny. But I can't see the symbols in the quarter stitches. For example, like around the eye, well you can kind of see there, but like here it's tricky. Where the bottom of the eye is. So I had to ask someone that's got the chart, the actual, because you can buy the chart from her website. I had to ask her what the symbol was. So that sucks. So that's kind of put me off working on it a bit. But I like it and it's pretty. Yep. So I think since last time I'd worked across here and did this bit probably. And this fabric is Demeter by Chromatic Alchemy, which is this yellow colour, orangey yellow. Sorry, I'm coughing. I think it's because I just got up. Yeah, 28 count Jaslyn. And I've been watching people's Flosstube and they still don't understand the showing the fabric thing. D-Stitcher said in a video some time ago that to see the colour of your fabric you need to hold it back, not nearer to the camera. Because look, when I hold it back here it's like accurate, it's like dark orange. But if I bring it here it's very pale. So hold it further back, guys. Further back. Okay, that's my giraffe. So that's 2 animal projects. What's in my little thingy here? I worked on the tree for 3 days, which is this little bugger. Printed Chinese kit. I did the pale yellow, which you can see on the back. It's like all around here and up the base of the tree, and that was just the first, like, number 1 colour, so I think I'm just gonna like go across. So yeah, that's good stitching for just if you don't look at a chart and you're like watching a film or whatever. So that's that one. I'd be interested to know if anybody's finished one of these kits that looks like this, and whether the printing came off. Let me know. What was the next? Enchanted Manor. So I worked on the Haid for 1 day. So it's SK Enchanted Manor by Josephine Wall. The big version has like a house and then the other side. So this is on Magic Guide, but I washed the guide out because I gridded it instead, because I couldn't orientate myself once I'd stitched over the guide, because I don't work in columns. I'm a cross-country stitcher. But I tried to do parking. I thought I'll give it a go. I watched loads of videos on parking, like Caroline Mazzio's and Marika's and somebody else's. So here it is so far. It's going to be this long. I really want to work on this more because I don't know, I like full coverage and I've not been working on it, but it's because I'm trying to finish something else. So I've done this column. I've got these green threads hanging down, and this one. I kind of liked the idea of it, but I don't want column lines. I don't want to... Did I try and feather this thing? I think I did. Yeah, I tried to feather it, I think, but no. Cross country is the way to go. And that's it in the bag I made myself. This little green zip. What have we got next? Oh, and then we got to the 27th, which was the Milton Keynes Stitching Retreat, which was awesome. I think it was my 4th retreat, and the more you go to, the more like the less nerve-wracking it is, and you just rock up. You know what you need to bring. You know what to leave in your room or bring down with you. You just chat to people. You just like, it's just easier the more you go to. So I did 2 new starts because that date was the date for me to start my Mirabilia Fairy Moon sale. But when I got there, they were having a new start thing at 6 PM, so I just thought, oh well, I'm just going to start mine anyway. But then I couldn't, because everyone on my table was going, no, yeah, I can't start that yet. So because I was with Tina, and she wasn't going to start her Fairy Moon until 6 o'clock, and we were supposed to start it together, so I took this with me, the Simple Sampler Collection, and it's a smelly thing. It doesn't have a name. It's got a number, 771. It's the printed one that I've shown you before. And as you can see, I did some yellow. I've never done like a printed one in terms of this isn't even weave fabric. It's just like fabric. It's like a plasticky fabric. It feels like polycotton or something. So I had to work out where to put my holes for my crosses all by myself. I think it doesn't actually look too bad. One difficult thing about it is the chart. As you can see, these are all just crosses. So then the chart has it like with the symbols, but it's not on a grid, and so you have to try and correlate which ones are which colour. So like in this flower, it's like the first cross is this colour, and then the next two are a different colour, and the diagonal one's a different colour. So you have to like work that out. And with the border, you only get half of it, and then you have to transverse it. You have to, is that the right word? You have to like flip it the other side. So where here it's like where it goes light pink, dark pink, dark pink, on the other side it goes dark pink, light pink. So it's a bit tricky, but it's quite nice, I suppose, to like have to use your brain a little bit for once in my life. So that's that. I enjoyed doing that. So that was just like an afternoon's worth before, was it before dinner? Must have been. And I'd like to work on that again, because before I even started I had to sort the threads out as well. Using this handy piece of paper that they'd left on our table, we all had a notepad and a pen, which was interesting. So I had to sort my colours out, I had to do lots of chatting, lots of setting up, and I still managed to get some stitching done, which was awesome. How am I going to get this back in here? So yeah, on my table was so there was me, and then there was Tina from Simply in Stitches. Then there was Claire from Reverse Stitching with Claire, and she's like literally hilarious. Oh, and Tina, she was dead glamorous. She like walked in, she's like in her me-made dress and like knee-high boots, and she had all makeup on. I was like, girl, where's your pajamas? And and then there was Stella, Marie, Anne, who is just a ball. She's like your naughty old grandma, like, yeah. Then there was Sheila. Oh, Sheila, I love Sheila. So I had 2 nurses on my table, so I was fine. Right, so the next thing, so obviously then I started Fairy Moon. Came back from dinner and we were like, oh my god, I need to start Fairy Moon now. So as if I need to remind you, this is what she looks like. So as you know, I was stitching on Twilight Shadows by Crafty Kitten, which is blue and purple, and started in the middle. Now I'm going to insert a picture of where I got to on the retreat. It's me and Tina, with how far we got to. She was so speedy stitching, you know. I'm sure she was talking just as much as me. And since I came home, I did this like sash bit. And sorry, I didn't say this was 28 count linen, opal linen, and I've gridded it with gold sulky sliver, so that's why that adds to its sparkle at the moment. Now this took me at least a week to grid because when I've gridded before it was on witch elk linen, so it was, as you know, it's more sort of see-through, and it hadn't been hand dyed. Whereas on this, the threads are really close together. So it's hard to grid. So that's Fairy Moon. I've got a stitch along group on Facebook, which I'll link below, but it's not very active, to be fair. You may as well, you can join the Facebook group where like loads of other people have stitched it for a sale before, if you so wish. So that I worked on that for 4 days. I was so worried actually that I wasn't going to be able to see the holes because the fibres were so chunky, but I love it. And then my working hours changed, and I spent more days doing no craft than I did craft. So I was working 16 hours a week over 4 days, but now I'm working 27 hours a week over 4 days, which means I work 3 full days and a half day. It's one of those like 3 full days. I don't really craft when I get home because I just like, once you've made dinner and then like watched something, it's like bedtime. So anyway, I'll stop waving this at you. So yeah, I didn't do anything for 4 days. It was Guy Fawkes night. Happy Guy Fawkes. I don't really understand Guy Fawkes, as in why we celebrate, what we're celebrating. So he was going to blow up Parliament. That's why we have fireworks on the 5th of November. I'm sure he was like hung, drawn and quartered. So I was celebrating. Yeah, if you can let me know. And then I've been working on my country calendar because it's supposed to be a Christmas present for my mum, but it's going to be, I'm not going to finish it in time now, so it's supposed to be a random present. So this is a massive change to where you saw it last time. Here it is. So I did April and May, and I've stitched all the leaves around the border, and now I'm just doing the back stitch. So here, oh god, I must learn some coordination. April's this side. There's April. This has got French knots. This has got lazy daisies. I love this combination of pink with red outline. Love that. And then May. This has also got French knots and lazy daisies. So you've got like the French knots up here. And some lazy daisies there. And then then you got the leaves. I've those black dots are friction pen. I just did a dot every 10 thingies to make it faster, because I did most of it in hand because of all the French knots, bullion knots, sign stitch, all that. I couldn't really put it in a hoop until I got to this side, and I managed to do this side in a hoop. But I think that took me 4 days or more to stitch the leaves, and then I think I'm on my third day of doing back stitch on the leaves, which if you compare it to non-back stitched, makes it look better, makes it look darker actually, which is interesting. So I've back stitched some of this top and all of this side. So I'm nearly halfway back stitched with that. So yeah, I've got to finish back stitch, and then there's the stems, the like brown stem things, plus some green, all these green other leaves, the lazy daisies. I'm just concerned about trailing threads. The stems they've done in stem stitch, which I'm not going to do. I'm hoping to do couching because it's going to take so long. In the pattern I've mostly done it just like back stitch, but with 2 strands. So I'll be glad when that's finished. And that uses Anchor and DMC, just because it called for DMC because the designer is DMC, but where I didn't have a colour I used the Anchor version because I've got Anchor threads and I'm sort of trying to use them up. So that was that. So the other thing I was working on is a new start in knitting. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've done about 11ish days on it. and I don't have the picture. So here's a picture of what it's going to look like. It's a campsite cardigan. And here it is so far. And so you do a row with eyelets, and then you purl a row, knit a row, purl a row, row with eyelets, blah, 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 blah. But the holes, where the holes are, sort of increase in frequency. So it's like an ombre of holes. Now the front bits for the front are short, so they don't meet in the middle, because you're going to put a big ribbed like collar thing around it. I think it's 3 inches on each side, so I can grab my boobs. So like here and here. Obviously that'll go around the neck as well. And I'm loving this yarn, you know. I decided to knit this because I wanted to use some stash, and I'd got 5 balls of this, which is DY Choices Basics, something like that, which is just acrylic double knit, and I think the quality is really good actually. I only paid £2 a ball. The first time I went to the knitting and stitching show. I have knit something else, but I'll have to show you that in another video because the person hasn't got it yet. I've been trying to watch Flosstube. You won't believe how many videos I've got now. It's like 750 in my watch later. So what I'm trying to do is, instead of deleting all the old ones, I'm just going down it, and the ones that have got the preview at the bottom, where you can like go along the little timeline and it's got the little box, I'm trying to just skip to your project and then go along to your next, to show you next thing, just to speed it up a little bit. I do watch them in double speed anyway. But doing that, I can get through 20 in a day. But that's obviously a full day, not if I'm working. Because when I come back from work, if I've been on the computer all day, I won't go on again when I get home, because my eyes are killing. I've also written a list of my favourite ones, like my not to be missed ones. And like yesterday I was trying to go through those, so instead of just picking one person and then watching all of them, I'm going down my watch later list until one of them pops up and then I'm watching that one. So so that's what I'm trying to do. Now, it's going to be Christmas in about 4 days-ish. Here's this year's Christmas tree. I love it. Comes flat pack, you see. You can stick this pole up its thing, and so that's my Christmas tree. Sorry if you just saw my blubber. We're staying at home on Christmas Day. We might do a roast dinner, I don't know. What the hell, I haven't even showed you my haul yet. I'm going to do the haul in another video. But then we're going to Sisters in the evening, just for a cup of tea and cake, because that's what you do in England. No, you don't really. But let's see if there's anything Christmas related in here. Oh, there's something tea related. Are you mashed tea, duck? Have you brewed the tea, good woman? Are you mashed tea, duck? Or you would say, or if you want someone to make you a cup of tea, you say, are you mashing? Oh, I love this book. I'm going to do another video saying all those things. Okay, so have a lovely Christmas. I'm going to film a whole video now as well, and I might actually have some breakfast first because it's 12:15. I don't go back to work till next Thursday, so I'm so excited. I haven't had a week off work since June. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to answer my questions in the comments because I'm a bit dense. And I hopefully see you soon. Happy Christmas!